This is Sparta!
Alright, welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA. Today we are celebrating day number 300 of the 365-day trivia road trip. Almost done. I thought about putting a question from the movie 300 in today's quiz, but all of the questions today come from Trish and Tom, and there wasn't a single question that I would feel good about swapping out. All their questions are very good, 21 of them. 20 up front, question 21 at the end of the episode if you need to stick around for that. Thank you, Trish and Tom. Let's get started with question number 1. In 1671, this Highland laddie was born to the outlawed Clan MacGregor. He became a successful cattleman and operated a protection racket for the lowland gentry's cattle in order to feed his tenants and clansmen. A folk hero in his native Scotland, by what two-word alliterative name is he known? Played by Liam Neeson in the popular movie, his name is Rob Roy. Question number 2. A person in this mental state feels an irrational distrust or suspicion of others when there is no evidence or even basis for it. Black Sabbath's bassist, Geezer Butler, said their song, whose title is the name of the condition, is a drug thing about depression. What is this song's one-word title? The word we're looking for is paranoid. Question number 3. Now a ceremonial act performed at some funerals, this action originated during past wars to signal a ceasefire while both sides removed their dead and wounded from the battlefield. After the bodies were cleared, the act was repeated to signal that fighting could resume. What is this action called? The answer is a 3-rifle salute, or a 3-volley salute. Question number 4. Many garden plants, like marigolds, are annuals, meaning they complete their life cycles in 1 year or less and then die. Perennials are plants that may disappear in the winter, but then come back, living for several years or more. What are the plants called that only live for 2 years, like parsley or hollyhocks? Those type of plants are called biennials. Question number 5. Champion swashbuckler Errol Flynn starred as this legendary figure in The Adventures of him, and Kevin Costner in The Prince of Thieves. In Mel Brooks's Men in Tights, Cary Elwes played him, and he was portrayed as an anthropomorphic fox in the Disney animated film. Who was this figure? The answer is Robin Hood. Question number 6. Humans and pigs can survive on a diet high in plants and low in meat. Felines and snakes cannot. Their biology obliges them to eat meat. Animals that thrive on a meat-based diet are just called carnivores, but animals that require a meat-based diet to survive are known as what type of carnivore? If they must eat meat, they are known as an obligate carnivore. Question number 7. A pangram is a sentence containing all the letters of the alphabet. Pangrams are useful for showing how letters will appear in different fonts, to test keyboards and keyboard layouts, to practice touch typing, and other applications that require every letter. The most famous pangram is what? Probably had to type this out in school, or you've read it in a book. The answer is the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Question number 8. Few rock singers have a vocal range of 5 full octaves. One of these few reportedly hit a note in the 7th octave in There Was a Time on the Chinese Democracy album. Who is this rock star known for his ability to reach high notes, his powerful, sometimes piercing vocals, and his on-stage meltdowns? From Guns N' Roses, the answer is Axl Rose. Question number 9. Many popular sports are played with a ball, usually spherical, with a diameter as small as 1.46 inches for squash, which is smaller than a golf ball, to 9.4 to 9.5 inches, the largest professional regulation size sports ball. What sport uses the largest round regulation ball? If you said professional soccer, you would be wrong. The answer is basketball. Question number 10. In Kipling's The Jungle Book, this giant python is not a villain, but a wise and ancient creature with hypnotic abilities who helps and advises Mowgli and the other animals. In the Disney versions, the big snake is a comical and rather incompetent bad guy. What is the formidable reptile's name? The answer is Ka. Question number 11. Instead of measuring its success by economic means, this landlocked South Asian country uses the gross national happiness, focusing on the overall well-being and happiness of its citizens. Factors such as health, education, and community vitality are considered. What country, with a capital at Thimphu, is this? The answer is Bhutan. Question number 12. This large sea mammal shared a common ancestor with the elephant millions of years ago. There is still a family resemblance in their thick grayish skin, large molars for grinding plant materials, and elongated prehensile upper lips. What is this elephant's cousin, also called a sea cow? The answer is a manatee. Question number 13. In 1863, there were 56 known elements. A Russian scientist placed them in rows by atomic weight, starting a new row when chemical properties such as reactivity changed, so all the elements in a column have similar characteristics. What scientist created this arrangement that became the periodic table? The answer is Dmitri Mendeleev. Question 14. On December 24th, 1913, strikers in Michigan and their families gathered in the Italian Hall in Calumet for a Christmas party. Someone falsely cried fire, and in the rush down the steep, narrow stairs, 73 people, mostly children, were killed. What profession were these strikers? I'd give you the county, but that would give it away. They were in Copper County, Michigan. They were copper miners. Question number 15. In 1867, Secretary of State William Seward negotiated with Russia to purchase some northern territory. The deal was ridiculed by some as Seward's folly and Seward's icebox, but they changed their tune when gold was discovered in the Klondike. What year did this territory become the 49th state? The answer, 1959. Question number 16. With its peak at over 29,000 feet above sea level, Earth's highest mountain is Everest. However, its tallest mountain, measured base to peak on land, is another. This mountain begins at a lower elevation but has a greater vertical rise. What is the highest mountain in North America by either measure? The answer is Mount Denali, which was formerly Mount McKinley. which was formerly Mount Denali. Question 17. Ferdinand Magellan, a 16th century Portuguese explorer, discovered the Strait of Magellan between South America and Tierra del Fuego, which connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Though he did not survive to its completion, he also led the expedition that accomplished what historic first? He started the expedition that circumnavigated the Earth. He didn't make it though. Question number 18. As of 2023, the only U.S. president to have served 2 non-consecutive terms is the 22nd and the 24th. Aside from sharing a first name with a Muppet and a last name with an Ohio city, he was known for his honesty, his refusal to practice cronyism, and his opposition to increasing taxes. Who was this president? The answer is Grover Cleveland. Question number 19. The Great Barrier Reef stretches 1,430 miles along the coast of Queensland. It contains 400 species of coral and is a habitat for 1,500 species of fish, including various sharks and rays. It was named in 1770 by what British explorer who ran aground on it and recorded it as a barrier? The answer is Captain James Cook. And question 20. Christmas trees have been a tradition in the White House since the 19th century. Halloween decorations did not appear until much later. The custom began in 1958 when the First Lady decorated the White House with skeletons, jack-o'-lanterns, and cornstalks. Who was the president on that Halloween? Very similar date to the Alaska question. The answer is Dwight D. Eisenhower. I was in 58. They made Alaska and I believe Hawaii a state in 1959. And that is the end of today's trivia quiz. Thank you, Trish and Tom, for an excellent trivia quiz. Good categories, good questions. You make my job very easy. Thank you, and I'm sure everyone in the audience also appreciates what you do. If you like this type of trivia, including the viewer-submitted quizzes, feel free to subscribe to this channel. We post new quizzes like this every day, and we will be doing it for at least 65 more days. We're on day 300. We'll go into 365 at least. Here's question 21, the tiebreaker for today. Although the Titanic complied with all the safety regulations of the time, there were not nearly enough lifeboats. The outdated regulations were based on a typical ship's size, and the Titanic was far bigger and carried more passengers than a typical ship. How many lifeboats did the Titanic have on board? Whichever player gets closest is going to win the point. The answer is 20. 20 lifeboats, which I believe could hold less than half of the passengers on the Titanic. So they were doomed from the get-go. Whichever player got closest to 20 wins that point. If it was a tiebreaker, they win the whole game. Congratulations. Thank you one more time to Trish and Tom, and thank you to everybody for making it through 300 days this year with me. We've got 65 more. That's just barely more than 2 months. Let's finish strong. Oh, by the way, I'm shipping out, actually I'll show you a picture right now. I'm shipping out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 road trip kits today for people who have submitted quizzes for the channel. So we've got viewer submitted quizzes coming up for the next couple of weeks. There's still plenty of these road trip kits to give away. So if you'd like to write a trivia quiz and send it to us, you can get all of the details on our Facebook page. Yeah, I don't think that's all you need to know. You just got to write 2 quizzes, email them to me at roadtripvia@gmail.com. and I will send you a road trip kit. We have one today. going out to Australia, which is now the furthest away I've ever sent one of these. We've sent it to three different continents now. Pretty cool. Thank you everybody who's participating. Thank you everybody who's watching. See you tomorrow for day 301.